Most sellers blame PPC when sales fall. 90% of the time, it's something completely different that's causing the issue. Your ads are not the only reason your visibility tanked. Let's go over exactly what all the possible reasons could be. So most sellers panic when sales drop and immediately blame the ads. You wake up your dashboard, you see that red and you're like, what the heck is going on? So you immediately go see exactly how your ads are performing and everything. But I promise you, when we audit accounts doing between 50K to 500K a month, the drop always comes from a visibility drop, not an ad performance. So for context, this brand came to us and they were doing around 55,000 a month before us on PPC. After within 2 months, we took them to 100K a month while dropping the ACoS from 30% to 20%, and the ROAS went from 3.35 to almost a 5 ROAS. And I promise you, it wasn't just the PPC that was the issue. So in this video, I'm gonna break down all the potential reasons as to why your sales tanked and how to fix it. Real quick, if you want access to the doc I go over in this video, it'll be one of the links down below in the description. So the first thing we should diagnose is your keyword ranking is dropped. This is typically the number one reason 80% of times the sales decline. And why does this happen, right? So first of all, see exactly how the performance has been. If your organic ranking has fallen from 3 to 10, you'll see your sessions instantly drop because there's a big shift in that. Imagine you're ranked number 10 organically and you fall to 20. You're on the bottom of page 1 now, right? Because you consider, look at all the sponsored ads. There's so many ad results on the Amazon listing page to the point where, for example, if we go into, let's go to any voice recorder or let's go to line cutters, whatever that is. You'll see there's so many ads, right? Ad here, ad. You go down here, next line, ad. You will see that if your organic ranking even drops like 5-10 spots, you will fall at least like 30-40% down the page. And if the less visibility, right, that means you're losing sales. And this means you can fall from page 1 to page 2. And that wipes out literally 90% of visibility. You and I know we don't go to page 2 to buy on Amazon. We're on page 1, right? That's where the money is. So what causes the rank drop? Typically, decreased sales velocity. So we're not getting as much sales on these keywords, which I'll diagnose as to why that is. And this is due to reduced pressure, PPC pressure on ranking keywords. So maybe you felt like your margins were getting shrunken and you just wanted to tailor your PPC down, but you might not realize just even, not a big shift in your sales velocity can really have a big impact on you because those keywords might be your biggest drivers for organic sales and growth. So what you want to do is you want to be aggressive on those even if it has a high ACoS because that is naturally what's bringing in the majority of sales for you. Okay, that's one thing we can look into. Another thing is a lower conversion rate on main keywords. So looking into exactly why our conversion rate is bad on this, right? Maybe our title, our image, anything is misleading. Our pricing is not up to par. We don't have a discount, okay? Very important. Another thing is your competitors outspending you. So we can't typically do anything for that, but look into that. If you see that your competitor is going a little bit aggressive, what are some other keyword opportunities we can double down while they're being aggressive on these terms? So how can we analyze our keyword ranking? Go to Helium 10, go to whatever tool you use and put in your ASIN. For example, this one, I'm using this random one right here. Now, what we're going to do is see exactly how our keyword ranking has been before in the past or how it compares to now. So ideally, what you want to do before you even start running any PPC campaigns, start tracking your keywords, okay? Go to one of these things, go to keyword tracker, start tracking your keyword ranking because then we can go and see exactly how our ranking has fallen off in the past few weeks compared to then. Because then we see exactly which keywords we've seen a big drop off and we can pretty much diagnose this is why we've lost a majority of our sales. So what you want to do then is typically what I like to do is if we go here, I want to go to organic ranking 20 to 100 because these are typically keywords that we are ranked well for, but we can really build upon and get our ranking even higher because we have good velocity on those keywords already. So what I would do here, I would sort it by search volume, highest to lowest, and now let's go to all the keywords here. For example, here is our current organic ranking for this product specifically. Now you see all of these keyword rankings here. How can we improve it? Maybe you see that last week for this keyword dog toy, you're ranked at 22. And now you're at 34. See exactly why you saw such a big shift in that. Have you stopped going so aggressive on PPC campaigns for this? Do you not have specific campaigns built out for this keyword? Is the conversion rate dropped a little bit? What is the main reason? And once you identify these keywords, how can we really revamp it and get our sales back up? That's where we can use something here called the CPR. This is pretty much showcasing how many sales you need within an 8-day period to get on the top half of page 1. For example, if we're ranked 34 for it and it's in 73, if you want to be the top 10, top 15 organic slots, you typically need 73 keyword sales for this. And we can use this as a good parameter, right? So what happens if we get 50 sales within an 8-day period? How will we see our organic ranking go up? What happens for this one, 58? What if it goes up, right? And typically, obviously, the top keywords here with the highest search volume are going to need the most sales. So you don't have to focus on all those. How about these other terms here? Okay, with good search volume. Okay, this one we are ranked, for example, 67. So we're on the second page. If we get at least 20, 25 new sales within 8 days for this keyword, Will we get to the page 1 on this? Will we be ranked top 40, top 35, whatever, okay? This is very, very important. You want to look into all the keywords, track it, see how many sales you need to really boost those rankings back up, and then adequately adjust your budget, your PPC for these keywords, right? Be a little bit aggressive for it, all with the sake of getting your organic ranking back up. This is how you're going to revamp your listing in the fastest time. It'll be the quickest fix. Obviously, it's the most cost intensive, but it's pretty much the reason why you've seen such a big drop in your sales. So I'd really look into this right away. Real quick, if you've seen that your sales have tanked and you are having a hard time to scale, our system is specifically built to help brands like you scale and hit the next level. So if you're dealing with wasted PPC spend, flat rankings, low conversions, our 3-phase revenue growth system helps brand break plateaus fast. Crazy Girls, we took from 150,000 pounds to 535,000 within 14 months. So if you need help with this, we'll help you recover 20-30% in wasted ad spend, rank on page 1 for your high intent and keywords, and increase conversion with AI optimized listings and creatives. So if you see if you're a fit for our system and you qualify, link down below in the description to see our page and exactly how our system works. Second thing, which can be a really easy fix but people always mishandle, you're not defending your branded search terms. Very, very important. Just because you have a lot of brand traffic and people know you and trust you does not mean you're not going to get all the sales, okay? For example, if someone is bidding on your keywords and they have a cheaper price point, they have a better product than you, more reviews, that's more chances that they will click another listing and buy from them. When initially they're already searching for our product, and that's a really bad issue that you have, okay? So brand traffic typically will be your cheapest, highest converting traffic, but most people ignore it. What happens? Customers type your brand name, your competitors buy that placement ad, they might have a better offer than you, and then you lose that sale. That's a big issue. Now imagine if you have a lot of supplement brand. Let's say you have a lot of repeat buyers. You're not bidding on your terms. They see a competitor listing, they buy that product, and they keep buying that product every month for a whole year. How much LTV did you just miss out, okay? So what to do? Launch exact match branded campaigns immediately. I don't care if you have to be a little aggressive. I don't care, because imagine this. Someone's already searching for your product. So you will already have a higher conversion rate because they're looking for your brand and your products. So yeah, you're going to be charged for a click if they click your sponsored ad. But that's better than them clicking a competitor's listing and going there, right? So bid aggressively. Another thing you can do is use defensive product targeting. So on all your ASINs, you run a lot of defensive ads for all your other products to cover as much real estate as possible, because we want to keep customers in our ecosystem. As hard as it is on Amazon, we want to do our best to do that. So really look into protecting your brand, especially if you know you have a lot of brand traffic and loyal customers. Never let them. Try your best to protect it. It's like a shield. It's like a door. You don't want them to go past this door and see all the other competitors. Stay them in your ecosystem. This alone can help you regain 10 to 50% of lost revenue within a month. Another issue is that your click-through rate has dropped, okay? Click-through rate is one of the most important things on Amazon. I have a video right here. I'll link somewhere here if you can watch it. And there's a few reasons why your click-through rate might just tank, right? Your competitors lowered the price. Typically, we can't really do anything about that. We don't want to drop price and lose margin. That's a lose-lose game. Even if they have more reviews, can't do anything about that. But what can we do? Let's say someone updated their main image and now looks 3 times more appealing. How can we make our main image more appealing? So a quick fix, go into the market. For example, let's say we're selling a voice recorder, okay? A voice recorder. Look into competitors, see what their main image looks like. So for example, this one immediately popped out. You see the AI stuff right here. If our product is like the same, are we incorporating this in our main image? For example, this one popped out too. They have the text here, they have the product here. These ones are sort of bland, but they're big brands. So pretty much look side by side. Look at your top competitors, what they're doing well, and what you can implement further into your main image. Very, very important. Look at all this, right? Very cool image here. I see all the text here, even though it's a little bit crowded. This one, soundcore, easy, not too hard to read, very nice. So look into your main image. It's one of the most important things on Amazon. If that's not optimized, you're always going to lose sales. You might not realize, but a 1 to 2% increase in your click-through rate can really help you get more clicks and conversions and sales. Very, very important. So what you can do is scrape top 15 competitors. Look at the listings, use your friend, use your buddy, use whatever. Tell them to give their honest opinion of which one is the most appealing, and then see how you can implement it further for your own main image, okay? What you also do is do price testing, right? Drop your price down a little bit, see how conversion works. If you're a premium product compared to the market, maybe even increase your price. See if that really does something for you. I've seen across a lot of brands, when they increase the price, they get more clicks and conversion because higher perceived value. For example, you sell a supplement, the average price in the market is $20. But you know your product is way better, which is why it's a little more expensive, and it's priced at $35. Now, typically, if your reviews are good, main image is good, A customer might think, okay, there's a reason why this is a little more expensive. Maybe it has faster results, it has higher quality elements in the product itself, and it has more reviews. Try some stuff out, test it out, update your title. This is one of the most important things. Always be optimizing your main image. Another issue, which is pretty stupid, like if you sell on Amazon and you don't do this right now, is you're not FBA optimized. Okay, and this is obviously destroys sellers quietly. You and I know when we buy on Amazon, why Amazon works so well is Prime, 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, 3-day shipping, and I can return it right away. And naturally, if you only FBA approved, typically when someone goes to your listing and they see it comes within 7-8 days, I know, you and I know, they're typically not going to convert nearly as high as if you're FBA approved, right? And not only that, Amazon does not show you to as much customers if you do not have any FBA requirements, because they really want to drive more sales, right? They want to get more sales out of you. And if you're not giving the best option for the customer, they're going to make you less visible, okay? Very, very important. So what I would do if you have a very big catalog, do not put everything in FBA because it can be very hard. Look at your top performing listing, your top performing SKUs, the ones that bring in at least 10% of your monthly sales. Make sure those are always FBA optimized and always have inventory. Always keep 45 to 60 days of stock. Keep emergency backup stock. Track your inbound shipments. Track everything, okay? Your top SKUs need to be in FBA because this is one of the biggest drivers to get more clicks and conversions. Because even when they go to a listing, you'll see a lot of time it'll show FBA badge here or something like that, right? For here, it's not showing me right now, but you'll see that it's FBA approved. Prime right here, right? If you don't have this Prime badge, no one's buying your product. That's just as simple as it is. Another thing is you're not optimized for Amazon's new Rufus search intent model. So this is still very new, but it's showing a lot of demand. And years from now, I promise you, this is going to become one of the most important things, as everyone is using AI to find search intent and find products. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably already do. If you go to a listing, you'll see the Rufus here. You'll see here, it's showing questions already about the product. Can this voice recorder be used for recording interviews, yada, yada, yada. And we want to make sure our listing answers all sort of questions that a customer might have to make sure that they recommend us to that specific customer, okay? For example, here I searched, recommend me an alkaline supplement, and it gave me all of these listings. Now this is only a listing that has 242 reviews, and it's not that big, but it recommended me to it because this listing is built around that. So we really want to optimize for this new algorithm, okay? So we find a lot more visibility and search volume without having to do too much on the advertising side of stuff. So how can we do this? Evaluate your buyer search intent. What is your demographic, their ICP? What are their pain points? Why do they need your product? In what periods do they need it? Very, very important. Now, include all the stuff into your listing with semantic meaning, right? Address it all to make it really readable, and then Amazon can read it all and recommend it to a product. Very, very important. Your listing must sound like the searcher's thought process. This is another very important thing that most sellers are not utilizing, along with the search volume aspect of it. But I guarantee you, if you optimize now rather than later, you will be ahead of the competitors. So example, the old bullet points are always going to be keyword stuff like yoga mat, thick, non-slip, eco-friendly, gym, workout, just to get more juice. Now how it's going is need more intent, right? Thick, non-slip surface built for hot yoga and HIIT. Stay stable even when sweaty. So combine search volume with exactly the purpose for the product. Stay stable even when sweaty. So example, someone searching for, I'm looking for a yoga mat that doesn't get too sweaty and have to wash all the time. Now with this saying, stay stable even when sweaty, it might recommend our listing to these customers. This is the next level of search intent. So you really want to optimize for this right now. And the last thing, a really basic thing, is have a good quality product, right? How are you going to scale or maintain your sales if your quality is bad, right? Address any negative reviews or high return rates. Anything below a 4-star is typically bad. You know, you have a quality issue, or your listing is not exactly showcasing what the product is or the use case. For example, if you sell a clothing item, make sure your size chart is up to par. If you sell a supplement, make sure you show in the listing how long it takes to get results and who the product is meant for. Because if we have people buying a product that's not meant for, obviously they're going to leave negative reviews because they didn't get the result that they wanted. Very, very important. High return rates. Amazon naturally stops showing you to customers if you have a high return rate. Address all these things, and I promise you, you will see more sales go back up. If this sounds like way too much and you're struggling to scale on Amazon, link down below to see exactly how our system works and to see if you're a fit. If you do over 30K a month or even 100K or whatever you're trying to scale but you're having a hard time, see how our system works and how it applies to you. Typically, our 3-phase revenue growth system works really, really well in the short term, but especially in the long term to help you scale. So link down below for that. Let me know your thoughts about the video and have a wonderful day.